Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Vlogmas Day 13, and in today's episode, I am talking about the pros and cons of the three main cameras that I use to shoot my video.
Hey player, what you gonna get for Christmas?
And lots of good cheer.
Oh yeah.
The first camera that I'm going to get into is what I would call my main camera, which is the Panasonic G7. It's a camera that I'm shooting on right now, and this has really been the best camera for me in terms of learning the different settings and the different elements of videography that you need to know when you're first getting started. The pros of this camera are really solid. When compared to the other three cameras, the Panasonic G7 is probably going to have the best picture quality overall. The second pro of this camera is that you have zoom capability. If you're vlogging out and about, you can definitely zoom in on a subject, you can zoom out to kind of get a wider view. And finally, the third pro of the Panasonic G7 is the battery life. Compared to all three cameras, I would say that the battery life on the Panasonic G7 is the one that I worry least about when it comes to dying on me when I'm shooting in the field. I have definitely found myself charging the Panasonic G7 batteries the least. When it comes to the cons of the Panasonic G7, I have to say this is the bulkiest camera that I own, and it definitely draws the most attention when I'm out in public. It's just a lot to worry about when you're trying to set up on the run, and you kind of want to lay low and don't really want to be noticed. And it's actually the reason why I would probably rely on the next two cameras. So that brings me to my second camera, which is the GoPro Hero 7. If you know me well, you know that I have been a GoPro fan for many years now, and the Hero 7 is an absolute winner. This is by far the smallest camera of the cameras that I use to shoot my videos. The ultimate pro to the GoPro that I'm going to share today is the feature known as Hyper Smooth. And I have to say, I am very satisfied with how smooth the footage comes out of the GoPro Hero 7 thanks to Hyper Smooth. I no longer pack a gimbal with me because I know that the GoPro is good enough to be able to walk down the street, vlog, talk straight into the camera. As far as the cons to the GoPro, I have to say that this camera still does really poorly when it comes to battery life. You're gonna definitely want more than one camera, and you're definitely gonna wanna pack a charger with you. Another con to the Hero 7 is that technically, as all GoPros, you are working with a prime lens. With the GoPro, you're really stuck with sort of an action cam style angle, which is limiting to an effect. And that brings me to my last and final camera, which is the iPhone X. There are going to be so many times where, you just don't want to bring a mirrorless camera with you. You don't want to deal with the lens situation. You don't want to deal with, packing it into a bag. And then so you're going to move on to a GoPro. But then there are going to be times when, you're going to go to an event like a professional sports game, or if you go to a concert where GoPros aren't even allowed. So then that knocks out that option. That brings in the iPhone. So let's get to the pros of the iPhone X. Like I said, the accessibility of the iPhone is probably the best of all three. A lot of people, if not everyone, knows how to operate the camera function on an iPhone. Of course, there are some cons to consider when selecting the iPhone to shoot. The iPhone does not have the ability to expand memory. So you're really working on whatever memory you have in your phone. If you are working on a huge project, or if you are working with a phone where you are running low on memory, it becomes really inconvenient because you have no other option other than to clean out your phone right there and then to clear up more space for footage. Another thing to consider with the iPhone is that there are so many features about the native camera app that you cannot access unless you were to download a third-party app. I specifically use this app called Filmic Pro, which is an app that you pay for in the App Store. When you shoot out of the iPhone natively, the footage is fine, but I would say to get the most out of your iPhone camera, you definitely would want to invest in an app. And last but not least, when you compare the iPhone to, for example, the GoPro Hero 7, the footage you shoot on the iPhone will not be as stable as the GoPro Hero 7. That's it. I wanted to make this really quick video to run through the three cameras that I use. That's all for today. I hope I see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow we wrap up 2 weeks of Vlogmas. I can't believe it. I am getting ready for the second half of December. There's a lot of great things I still want to share, and I hope you'll stick with me. So I hope you're all having fun, keeping up with the series. My name is Angelo, and thanks for watching.
Trying to make it seem like you were different, but you couldn't. couldn't put no makeup on your fakeness. You got me getting all your riots. I drop you out so you can clock it. Who got that jacket?